Welcome to week 11 of Fat to Fit by Bike. If this is your first time joining in, welcome. If you're a long-term viewer, then welcome back. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe. Actually, even if you're old, don't forget to subscribe because that'd be really nice. So we've had 10 weeks of cycling so far, and I've lost 20 pounds in that time. So that's an average really of £2 per week, which I would say would be a healthy rate of weight loss. You know, there's all these weight loss plans where they promise £4 a week, £5 a week or whatever. It's not sustainable. And the quicker you put it off, I guess, the quicker you can put it back on when you stop doing the exercise and all that jazz and your diet weaknesses. So here we are, week 11. Funny old week. It's now coming into the Easter holidays, which will mean my little boy will be off of nursery. Someone has to look after him, so that will be me in the mornings. However, on Wednesday of this week, he will be going off for a visit to the Isle of Wight to stay with my mum for the best part of a week. So what does that mean? Well, it means I'll miss a day's work on Wednesday, which we'll need catching up on. But I will have a lot less time and strength during those 5 days when he's not here, to go out cycling and do all sorts of exciting things that we haven't done since we've been living in Devon. So we've got lots of cool things to do. Some of those will involve having meals out and stuff, so you know, we'll have to see how we go, but hopefully it will also entail a bit more cycling than the last week, because I'll have a lot more time and less time restraints and less having to go and pick Sam up from nursery all the time, which, you know, I don't moan about it because he's my little boy and someone has to do it, but it really eats my day up having to stop what I'm doing and take an hour out of the middle of the day every day of the week to go and pick him up. So it will be nice to have a little bit of time where I don't have to do that. But of course, when he does get back, then I'll be looking after him again in the mornings, which really might put a dampener on getting out on my bike in the afternoons, because I will have work to do. So let's see how we get on. I'll be out on my bike this afternoon. I'm probably going to hope for about 20 miles today. The weather turning bad from about 3 o'clock apparently, according to BBC, so that probably means about 1 o'clock, so bound to get a soak in. So yeah, I'll leave it at that, and here is week 11. Thanks for joining. Well, it's Friday afternoon and that marks the beginning of week 11 of riding my bike. Come to the Puffing Billy again today, taking a different route today. I'm going into Bideford. Normally I go along the Tarka Trail, but the main road has just reopened this week, hopefully, so I've not been able to ride down that. It's quite a nice windy undulating road, so I'm looking forward to doing that. So like I said earlier, I think I'm hoping to get probably about 20 odd miles out of today. I'm not quite sure how far it is there, so I'll have to see how I get on. But if I end up back here via the Tarka Trail on the way back home, and I haven't done that many miles, I can always keep going in the opposite direction again. So we'll see how we get on. Chances of rain today, 100%. It's actually raining a little bit at the moment. It's not meant to rain for another 2 hours, but you know, this is just my luck. So you know, it wouldn't be right if it wasn't raining, really, would it? So I'm going to get on with it now. I'm a bit of a rush today. I'm really busy at work this week for some reason, and I really want to be square because I won't be there so much next week. So without further ado, I'm going to get on with it. 5 miles in now, and there's a nice road to ride on. Makes a change from all the flat stuff on the Tarka Trail round this way. It has been drizzling consistently since I started, so I'm a bit wet now, but it's nice and warm, so I don't care. I'm just riding my bike up a massive bridge. It's lovely up here when it's sunny, but not today. Always my luck. What a lovely full pelt rainy side wind. Okay, I'm off the main roads now and back onto the Tarka Trail, and look forward to my favourite, direct headwind with added rain. There's actually a bit of a lull in the rain at the moment, but I'm sure it'll be here long in a minute. My left testicle was taking a right bash in this ride. I've stopped 2 or 3 times now to adjust. Not having any of it. It's going to hurt. Just like a wind tunnel. So windy. Blob on a ball. Well, that's me done. Realistically, I'm putting that in my top 10 the most miserable rides, that's for sure. That was just crappy. The weather was terrible. I really enjoyed riding along that road I mentioned earlier. But the rest of it, riding on that big bridge with a side with the crosswind, and nearly got taken out by a lorry as well at the end. So that wasn't great, but it was nice to ride somewhere different, that's for sure. What did I do? I got 17.5 miles, well 17.3 miles really. Not really that happy with that, to be honest, but it's so miserable out there. I find it really hard to get motivated once I get going. It's just not very nice riding into drizzle headwind all the time, well most of half the time anyway. So that being said, that's me done for the day. I'll get some more riding done over the weekend, and yeah, get some more miles in on Sunday. I'll do a longer ride I think on Sunday, but I'm really pleased I did that. It doesn't matter how miserable the ride is or how wet it is or how cold I get, I don't care. I'm getting out there and doing it no matter what the weather. So I'm sticking to my guns with that. I'm not going to be a fair weather cyclist. I'll have a go in any weather. So that's me done for today. Sunday next, onwards and upwards. It's Saturday afternoon and I'm out for a rare Saturday ride. Reason being, I didn't lose any weight last week. I put on a pound, so I need to up my game a little bit this week. And secondly, because little man's going to my mum's for a few days, I'm likely to be going out for a few meals with my missus, so might not be a great week this week either. So I'm hoping to just get a few miles in today, just so if it is bad, it's not quite so bad. It's quite a steep hill. This route I'm doing today is a lovely route, but the first mile of it is very steep downhill. I've now done 2.5 miles and climbed 340 foot according to my Garmin. So really that 340 foot has been over the last 1.5 miles. That's pretty steep. Good workout for the old legs though. Around by where I live in Devon, we're blessed to have lots of wind turbines dotted around the landscape. I say blessed because I think they're a great idea. There should be more of them. But unfortunately, every time I look at one, it seems that the wind has changed direction. So I'm always riding straight into the wind. I'm sure that's not the case, obviously, but when struggling up a steep hill, it certainly feels that way. Sunday, and welcome if you're still with me. Just going out for my Sunday afternoon ride. I plan on doing lots of miles today. Went out the window a bit. Took my little man for a little drive this morning to the coast. About a 45-minute drive. As soon as we pulled up in the car park, he chundered everywhere. So then there was another 45-minute drive home. Anyway, he's all cleaned up. And my car, so it's a bit unfair on Mrs. Blob on a bike for me to be out all down my bike really if he's poorly. So I'm going out now, hoping to get about 15 miles. Riding from my house today to that little airstrip I go to sometimes. Not done this route before. It's a nice up down sort of affair, so I'm going to get on with it and see how it takes me. Also, just as an aside, that little bike ride I did yesterday, did a little loop around my house. It's just over 7 miles. My previous best has previously been 40 minutes. Did it in 35 minutes yesterday. Definitely getting fitter. Just over 5 miles into this ride now, and it's going nicely. My legs are feeling a bit of burn from yesterday's ride, but it feels great. And this is making a world of difference. Love it when it's like this. Ride past this every time I come here. Not quite sure what it is. some kind of radar station. It's nothing to do with the airport I go to. Well, here I am at the airfield. Despite being a beautiful day, there's not a lot going on here today. This is a very lightly used airfield. Anyway, did really good time there. Did it in less than 40 minutes, which I think is cracking. So I'll be really interested to see how my times stack up on Strava when I have a look later. Also turns out I was riding into a light headwind as well. There's hardly any breeze at all here today, but still I should have a little bit of help on the way home, so that's all good news. Just going to have a little drink here. It's such a nice day, so I'm probably going to sit down for 5 minutes and check out some of the aeroplanes in this hangar, and then be on my way. That was really awesome. I was a bit speechless then, I was a bit out of breath, but that was awesome. Got over 18 miles there, quite a lot of climbing as well, so really pleased about that. Gonna go and have a sit down now. So it's Tuesday evening. This will be my first evening ride since I've been doing these videos. Normally ride on Tuesday morning or afternoon, but my little boy's off nursery because of Easter, so I'm looking after him in the mornings, which leaves me really busy at work in the afternoon. So really, if I was to get out on the bike today, this is my only option. So it's going to be quite a short one today, but I'll get a few hundred feet of climbing in, and it's bloody cold out tonight. Well, there it is. Not much talking for me on that ride. Just wanted to get it done before it starts getting dark. Only a short ride, but I'm pleased I did it. Hopefully a much longer one on Thursday and Friday, and maybe Saturday and Sunday, hopefully. It's Thursday morning, 9 AM, and I've done all my work for the day. I'll explain a little. Took my little man to the Isle of Wight yesterday to stay with my mum for a few days. So that means I've got a bit of time. I've got up really early this morning, been to work, done everything I need to today. So it's now 9 AM and I'm going out for a bike ride. I've got a few hours ahead of me. I've stocked up with a couple of bottles today. So let's see where the day takes me. I don't know what to expect today. I've picked up some sort of other cold or chest infection or something or other, so I don't feel 100%, but it's a beautiful day. There's largely no wind, and there's not a chance in hell I'm going to let that chance slip by me. So I'm going out on my bike, and if I do a few miles, that's great. If I do a lot of miles, that's even better. I should say I had a whole day of driving yesterday. It was a 12-hour round trip to take my little man. Involved 2 ferry crossings to the Isle of Wight. When I came home, I did have to go to work and get yesterday's work done, so it was a very long day for me yesterday. It also meant I had to grab something quick to eat, and that was a Chinese. Had a curry, so it wasn't great. I definitely had binge eaters remorse afterwards, and I still have. So that's another reason I'm very keen to get out on the bike today. It's such a beautiful day. I'm going to get going. Just going to eat my banana because it won't fit in my pocket. I've also again forgotten my baggy shorts with the pockets, so I can only take anything that I can shove in my back pockets today, and the banana didn't fit, so it's going now. Catch you later. Nice. You might be wondering if I've finished all my work by 9 AM, why I'm so desperate to get out on my bike. Well, truth be known, I much prefer riding my bike early in the morning, then leave the rest of the day to do what I want, rather than having to do it slap bang in the middle, which is normally what I have to do, because that's the only chance I get to do it. So going out in the morning really suits me. And secondly, in the absence of little man, my wife is finishing work at 1 o'clock this week, so we're going to have the opportunity to get out in the afternoons and do what we want to do. Go out for meals and all that sort of stuff. Go for nice walks, which you can't really do with a man. So hence I'm getting it all down now, so I can be done for 1 o'clock. Deep down I'm really hoping for a long ride today. I feel well enough. So we're currently going down a gentle slope, just So if I want to do 40 miles in the 3 hours I've got, I need to maintain an average of just over 13 miles an hour. So when I'm freewheeling, if I can't maintain over 13 miles an hour, I need to get pedalling again. Before anyone starts giving me a hard time about having my curry, I would just like to point out that I still haven't had my celebratory meal for losing a stone, which I mentioned probably in week 3 or 4. So I won't be doing that now. And also, in the small sort of town where I live, I'm not blessed with a variety of food options like a lot of people are. It is either a Chinese or a kebab. So I thought I'd go with the lesser of two evils, I hope, I don't know. But a kebab would have felt even worse, I think. There's the bridge I was riding across the other day in those horrible rainy side winds. 12 miles in now and I feel quite good. My chest isn't giving me too much grief, so it's good. Still a beautiful day, just a breath of wind. I wish it was just like this all the time, it's awesome. If any of my viewers are considering going self-employed, don't think about it anymore, just do it. All of my mates are at work at the moment. So anyway, it turns out what I thought was actually the end of the Tarka Trail actually isn't, I don't think. So I've looked on Google Earth and found a bit where it continues the cycle network into Braunton Village Centre. Braunton is the biggest village in the UK. So I'll be doing that a bit today as well. So I know exactly where I'm going, where I'll do my end to end and back, which will be about 60 odd miles. Can't be that far off. Turns out there is a bit more, even after going on a bit which I didn't know about. The mountain bike option sounds interesting. Keep going for a little bit. Actually scrap that, I'll save that for another day. I've just noticed it goes up a big hill. And considering today's ride is going to be 40 odd miles either way, I'm not going to do that today. I have done 19.72 miles already, but I've got a little detour which will bump that over 20 miles for the halfway stage, so looks like it's going to be 40 miles today. I feel alright, my wrists are hurting a bit, my chest is a bit gammy, but going to get on with it. But obviously not before a little bit of saurine. In an ideal world, my life will consist of days like this every day. One day I will live in Braunton. I really literally love it over this area. Okay, I'm just coming down this road now, which sort of takes me at the end part of my loop. I'll be heading back as of now, and just in a giant sign that said road close ahead, which I have to be honest, really pissed me off if that is the case and I can't get through. If you ever wanted to see a wartime jet fighter plane in someone's garden, now's your opportunity. Used to fly out of RAF Chivener. Awesome. If you're watching this and you're currently sat at home, and you're in a similar situation to me, you're a bit fat, unfit, but have a bike, ask yourself right now, what is literally stopping you from going out on your bike right now? Whatever it is, just overcome it and do it. I'm so grateful that I love biking. Okay, I'm 29 miles in now, my wrist is starting to hurt, especially this one. And I've started to wonder whether it might be my gloves that aren't helping. There's a little crease, just I can't make it stop in my glove really. So I'm wondering if that's not helping. I'm going to take them off and try, see what happens. Now it's getting a little later in the morning, it's now 11:15. I think a lot of the coffee mornings must have stopped, so the trail is now filling up with geriatrics with nothing else to do. So I'm having to dodge those as best I can. But there's loads of them. It's like a plague. Whew. I'm very nearly at the end of this ride, and every single one of my contact points with the bike is absolutely killing. My wrist, particularly my left one, giving me so much grief. It's been a bit better since I took my glove off, but I think the real reason that it's feeling better is because I've just ridden through it. It feels very numb, it's a bit tingly. My toes always get numb, even if it's freezing cold or not. Just That's not very pleasant, but that goes quick enough when I stop. And my arse, pretty sore today, but still better than having a massive beer gut. What a fatty. Suck my balls, giant Chinese chicken curry. You can kiss arse as well, mild cold. I've just done 43.2 miles. In just over 3 hours. I did my 40 miles under 3 hours, which I wanted to do. I'm a bit knackered now. Probably going to have a hellish cold later. Sorry, hellish chesty cough later, but I don't care. So much better than sitting at home not doing anything, wallowing in self-pity because I feel a bit rough. Get out there and do it. I still feel rough, but at least I've done 40 odd miles. I'm really pleased with myself today. I might be a right fatty, but I have just done a 43-mile bike ride. I feel epic. Welcome back. It's now Thursday evening, and I've just thought I'd give you a little update on what I've been doing today. Went out with the wife today to a nice sort of beach cove kind of thing, about 45 minutes away from where we live, and it was really nice. We went up a really steep coastal path, and then had fish and chips. That was lovely. I was just about ready to chill out for the evening, but it's been such a beautiful day here today. I had to come out now and get some photographs from sunsets because I like photography. So just walking up another hill now to the top of Codden Hill, which is where I come walking sometimes in my vlog, and just going to chill out at the top for a little bit and get some snaps. Hopefully I'll get some good ones. Good night. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes week number 10 of Fat to Fit by Bike. It's been a bit of a funny week. It was never going to be an ordinary week this week. I had to go and take my little boy to my mum's on the Isle of Wight, which was a 12-hour round trip, which has allowed me to have some spare time yesterday and today to ride my bike. I would have otherwise been at home looking after him. So I did a nice bike ride yesterday. Some bad bits as well. Had a Chinese on Wednesday evening, as I had to come to work after I dropped him off to the island, so that wasn't so great. So ups and downs this week, so let's see how we get on. Okay, so that is week 11 done and dusted. It was a funny old week. I really wasn't expecting much this week, if the truth be known, purely on the basis that I've had a giant Chinese curry from the Chinese takeaway on Wednesday. Also, I went out last night and had fish and chips. But saying that, I did also this week have my longest bike ride since I started doing this vlog. And also I did an extra ride on the Saturday, which I don't normally do, so that obviously helped out a little bit, or you know, whatever. You know, like I say, I wasn't really expecting a lot this week, but as we all know from previous weeks, when I've put loads of work in and haven't lost anything or put weight on, you know, there's no rhyme or reason. So I'm just going to get on with it and tell you how we got on. So as of today, I now weigh just a shade under 18 stones, basically, so I always round it up. So I now weigh 18 stone. That was a loss of 2 pounds since this time last week. How? I don't know. I did quite a few miles, but also ate pretty badly this week. So so I'm really pleased about that. 252 pounds that now brings me to. My BMI has decreased from 36.2 to 36.0. Bearing in mind it started off at 39.2, I'm really super stoked about that. My fat percentage is also the lowest it's been since I started. Started off at 36.5%, it's now 34.1%, so that's really a step in the right direction. And I really think my biggest achievement this week, I crammed in 93 miles since I last stood here last Friday morning and did this video. So I'm really pleased about that. I'm going to get on with this and you know, just let you get on, because again later on I'm due to go home for about 1 o'clock, where I'll be going out for a bike ride with Mrs. Blob on a bike. This moment is about 7 years in the making. I really hope she enjoys it, because if Mrs. Blob on a bike was into cycling as well, that would be awesome. So wish me luck with that one. So I shall be off. Obviously before that I'll be going out on my regular Friday bike ride, so I'll be doing that very shortly, and then go home for another bike ride. But I'm loving it. Also the weather's been really nice the last few days, so that really has helped as well. My motivation for getting out on the bike is massive. If there's an opportunity, I'm there. Just really going to briefly go over next week. I'll be driving to the Isle of Wight again on Sunday, so I'll miss Sunday's bike ride. That will be to pick up my little one, so we'll be coming back. I'll miss a whole day on Sunday, so I won't be cycling at all then. And then also he's still not at nursery next week, so I'm going to be really pushed for time next week getting out on the bike. But saying that, the evenings are now getting much lighter, so I should be making every endeavour to get out on my bike, even if it's after work, because I will be busy in the afternoons with work, hopefully. But you know, thank you very much for tuning in. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, or a comment. That'd be awesome. I really appreciate any of the comments that you guys are leaving. Just makes me even more stoked and gives me even more motivation. That's awesome. Thank you.
Like a Hellcat.